First of all, me standing here in front of you all today is not to make anyone laugh, nor is it to simply fulfill the formality of me standing here and delivering a speech to the youth of today, but to put some hope back into all of us and maybe even make us all ponder over who and what we're all becoming. I ain't going to stand here and start telling people off about how they should live their life, nor is it my aim to judge anyone, because I first have to look at myself, at who I am, what am I going to become, and what I want to achieve in my life. What I'm about to say is not directed to anyone here, so don't take it to heart, but it's a message for you to all share with the real wannabe gangsters on road that aren't here today. And for those that are here, I hope you guys hear me loud and clear. My colleague before painted a picture for you. Now let me give you all a reality check. نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم أما بعد. Let me ask you all a question. What is paradise? To a normal person like you and me, paradise is a place of eternity, of infinite happiness, never ending, forever and always. For a person like you and me, we cannot comprehend paradise. We cannot dream it, nor can we imagine it. Paradise starts where our imagination ends. فَلَا تَعْلَمْ نَفْسٌ مَا أُخْفِيَ لَهُم مِّن قُرَّةِ أَعْيُنٍ جَزَاءً بِمَا كَانُوا يَعْمَلُونَ. Let me ask you all another question. What is a gangster's paradise? Actually, let me rephrase that question. What is a gangster's paradise to a youngster? The common answer will be the life of Tupac Shakur, the life of Biggie Smalls, the struggles, the growing up in the ghetto, the record label Bad Boy, the record label Death Row. To a youngster, what they rapped about was their life, a life of being a gangster. Being in a club from dusk till dawn, drinking and blazing till the lights go out. They were surrounded by women and money. All these things made their world go around. At the end of the day, how did the lives of these gangsters end? Was it on a hospital bed? Or was it in their own luxurious bed, surrounded by family and friends? My brothers and sisters, their lives ended where it all has started, on the streets. Let me share with you all the story of my own. 2 years ago, I witnessed one of my friends get sent down for 5 years for possession of 14.5 petrol bombs and a samurai sword. Even the police said it would have been better for him to have been caught with a gun. This happened because he thought he was a gangster, a real bad man. Let me tell you what happens to gangsters and the idea of a gangster's paradise. Unfortunately, that's the one place I can tell you about. They end up in a 6x7, a little box. And in it lies a bed with a mattress, half the size of the one me and you sleep on. But if you're a nice rich man, it'd probably be a quarter of a mattress. There's a toilet in there. He's not allowed to keep his toothbrush in his cell. He has to leave it outside. And when he runs out of toilet roll, he has to wait and put an application form through to get another toilet roll. When he feels hungry, he hasn't got a fridge or microwave to open. He opens a can of tuna, puts it in a bread, and eats it. This is the paradise that every gangster gets. And that's the paradise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps for people like that. You want to be a gangster? Or you're inspired to be like one? Or you think that they're cool and they're big and they're bad? Wallahi, come with me. I will show you how much of a gangster they are now. You know, once people go behind bars, it's all over. That's 10 years of certain people's lives. That's 15 years of people's lives gone in a flash. And there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing at all. And you think about it, as a gangster, what did he achieve? I mean, yeah, he had a strap of a gun around him somewhere. He popped a few pills here and there. He snorted and he smoked. What else did he do? What else did he do with his life? So what has he done? He's messed up his own life by living in a 6x7. And I'll tell you honestly, if I was to spread my arms out wide, I could touch both the walls. I'm asking you, is this what people want to achieve in life? Is it even a goal? What's wrong with people like you and me? What's wrong with our society? You know, every time things like this happens, do you know what we blame? We blame society. We say it was society's fault. It's not society. Society doesn't force you and me to do things. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you and me a choice. Every time we do something, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us a choice. And it's up to us to either do it or to leave it. When you came here today, did society tell you to come here? When you go to school for education, does society say go there? When you go to university, does society say go to university? Of course it doesn't. It's our choice. When someone picks out that cigarette and they put it in their mouth and they're about to drag it, has society said they've got to smoke? Society never said you should smoke. That is their choice. When someone picks up that gun and they're about to pull the trigger, it's in their hands. What part of society tells you to shoot somebody? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you and me that choice. And our problem is we look for an excuse to blame somebody else. If it's not society, it's our parents. If it's not our parents, it's our friends. Let me tell you when it comes to your friends, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Qur'an, يَا وَيْلَتَا لَيْتَنِي لَمَا أَتَّخِذْ فُلَانًا خَلِيلًا لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي عَنِ الذِّكْرِ بَعْدَ إِذْ جَاءَنِي وَكَانَ شَيْطَانُ لِلْإِنسَانِ خَذُولًا. If only I'd never taken such a person as a friend, for then I would have then remained a Muslim, I would not be condemned to Jahannam. He has certainly deviated me from the reminder of Qur'an after it had come to me. Shaitan always deserts and betrays and fails to help men. And what message are we talking about? We're talking about Qur'an and Hadith. These people will come in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they'll have no excuses. You ask a person about their friends and their boys today, people that are ready to die for these people. Go and ask my friend in prison how many of these boys have gone to visit him in the 2 years he's been inside. Or go inside prison for a week and see how many of your boys comes to visit you. Go and fight a court case and see who comes to pay for it. Your friends are your friends. They're nothing more than that. And nowadays, what's it all about? It's all about the boys. Ask the youngsters. It's all about the boys and the gangs. And yeah, he's one of my boys. Yeah, he's one of your boys. Like I said, go and ask my friend in prison how many of these boys have gone to visit him inside. My friend was telling me it's his second year in prison, but none of his boys could be bothered to send him an Eid card. That's his boys. The boys that he's ready to give life on use 14.5 petrol bombs. But these same boys couldn't have the decency to even send him an Eid card. And we sacrifice everything for these people. To such an extent, we sacrifice our own parents for these guys. I asked my friend, where are your boys now? And he said, I don't have any boys anymore. And do you know what else he said to me? The only people who have supported him through his sentence was his parents. It was that same old man who he used to hate, who he had no time for, who had to come to his court cases, just paid for his legal staff, that came and supported him, that sent him postal orders when he didn't have a penny to his name. Look around you. You see all these youngsters thinking there's some top boy with the baggy jeans coming down the backsides, wearing an aero cap, smoking a fat spliff in the council flats. My brothers, the youths in Palestine are harder than that. These so-called gangsters grew up spoon-fed, while the youths in Palestine grew up in the war zone. These so-called gangsters run around London causing riots and looting shops and beating and robbing innocent people because they think they're a gangster. You ain't no gangster. You stab another human being because he looks at you the wrong way. What gives anyone the right to take the life of another human being? And these sort of actions, you're supposed to earn them respect on the streets. Who are they kidding? Let me tell you all something. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place. And I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is going to hit us harder than life. But it's not about how hard you can hit, but how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how it's really done. Now, if you know what you're worth, then go out there and get what you're worth. But you've got to be willing to take the hits and not saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. I'm asking you, what is wrong with the world that we're living in? Youngsters killing one another like the Expendables. Youth want to act like what they see in the cinemas. Let's face facts, it's out of control. We need to rise up and take a step forward. We need to approach these youth and show them that their understanding of being a gangster is in paradise. It's a death trap. We need to show them a better life and that the real paradise is in the hereafter. If we don't take a step towards these youths, then we're leaving space for another youth to fall victim to the streets. Let's all stand together and make a change and make the world a better place before the curtains closes on us. I want you all to do me a favour when you go home tonight. When you're lying in your bed, I want you all to close your eyes, just for a split second. Just for a split second. I want you all to imagine that it's not a warm, soft bed you're lying in. It's a cold, hard mattress. I want you all to imagine that your room isn't a little world of your own anymore. It's a 6x7, a little box. I want you all to imagine that big window that opened to fresh air, to freedom, to the bright morning sunrise, to the red rosy sunset is now a dirty pane of glass trapped with metal bars. And all that surrounds you and the closest thing that you have to a friend are the four unforgiving, damp, concrete walls. I want you all to imagine that freedom you had when you could go to your local PFC, catch a film with your friends, have a game of FIFA, but now it's all gone. All you're left with now is a cold dinner, a cold room, and a cold bed. I want you all to imagine every night you cry yourself to sleep, filled with regrets, wishing you could rewind to that one episode in your life where that one mistake cost you your friends, your family, your freedom, because you thought you're a gangster. And now the idea of being a gangster isn't so glamorous anymore. And now the truth behind the gangster's paradise is becoming more and more clear to you, because now you are living that gangster's paradise. My purpose here, standing here today, was to give an insight to the dark side of life and what the dirty streets hold. At the end of the day, I can't change your life. Your life is exactly that. It's yours. It's up to you to make the right decisions and steer clear of a life of regret, loneliness, and misery. This was a reality check from me to you. Amin wa akhiru da'wan alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.